Hello, everyone. Welcome to Here's the Story episode. Every week, I can't remember. 17. Episode 17 of Here's the Story. I'm Amy Storrie, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Denton, Texas. And I'm so happy you've joined me today. It is the first Wednesday of the month, so that means I'm going to feature my Joyful Creations Club cards. I always do that on the first Wednesday of the month so that I can just highlight them, because the sign-up deadline to subscribe to my club is always the 10th of the month. So I always like to show it early, let everybody know what we're doing, and let you know. So if you want to subscribe and get these cards this month, then you can do that. And the link with the info about it is in the title of this video. So, plus I think it's somewhere else on this group Facebook page too. But so I'm going to show 2 of the 4 cards. You actually make 8 cards, but there's 4 designs. I'm going to show 2 of the designs today. Well, I'll show them all, but I'm going to demonstrate making 2 of them for time's sake. But yeah. So glad y'all are here. I'm just gonna wait a minute and see who's gonna join me today. Say hello if you're watching. I'd love to know where you're from too. Some of you I know, and I know where you are, but if I don't know you, I would love to know where you're watching from. And if you watch later, either on this Facebook page or on YouTube, let me know that too. I'd love to know that. Let me think what else I wanted to say. Oh, I know. I want to highlight 2 June specials. You know, it'd be smart if I made notes for myself when I get on here, but that's not really the way I roll. I'm not a note taker. I should be, and I should be a list maker, but no, I'm really not. But I do have 2, they're Stampin' Up! Has 2 specials in June I want to make sure you know about. I mentioned them last week, but I will mention them every week in June just to remind you. The first one is there is a designer series paper sale all month. All of the DSPs, except for just like the color group ones, but all the rest are on sale 15% off all month. So it's a great time to stock up on your designer series paper. The other thing is the starter kit. There's a deal on the starter kit. So it's always $99. It's still $99, but this month, instead of selecting $125 worth of products in your starter kit, and it's always completely customizable. You pick what's in it. Like, you get to choose what you want in there. Anything that's a current product in any publication or online, anything you can put in there. But anyway, so instead of the $125 this month, you get to select $155. So to me, if you have $99 worth of stuff you want to buy right now, it's kind of a no-brainer to do the starter kit, because you can still spend $99, plus it's free shipping. That's the other thing. You get free shipping on the starter kit. That's always true. So you're just going to pay $99 plus tax, and you're going to get $155 worth of products for that $99. So, and normally you get $125, which is still a deal, but this is an even better deal. So I highly recommend doing that. That means you're signing up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but you can be a happy shopper as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator too. You don't have to do it as a business like I do. A lot of people think that means, oh gosh, I've got to sell it, I got to do parties and classes and whatever. No, you don't have to. You can just buy your own stuff at a discount, if that's what you want to do. Anyway, if you have questions about it, just feel free to ask me. I will answer any question that you ask me. If I don't know the answer, I will find out, but I've been doing this for 24 years, so I think I probably know most answers to questions, but not all. Sometimes I still don't know things. Anyway, okay, I am going to switch cameras to my desk cam so that we can get started on our projects. I want to show you what we're going to be looking at today. So, my June Joyful Creations Club is featuring this bundle, the Darling Details bundle. This, of all the florals that are in the catalog, which Stampin' Up! Always has lots of florals of different styles, this is the one that jumped out to me that I knew I wanted because I love the style of it. It's kind of whimsical. Love the font in it. That's just my style, this kind of whimsical look. And so I loved it. I think the flowers are really pretty. And I ordered that one. That's one of the first things that was on my list. Um, Another thing, if you are on part of my team and you're coming to our retreat this weekend, you already know this, but you're going to get this stamp set, not the dies, but just the stamp set, and you're going to get to make projects with this and other things too, but we're highly featuring this stamp set. That's another benefit of joining and buying the starter kit, is you get to go to demonstrator only events that are either my team events. This is a joint team event with my 2 uplines and a sideline. We're all doing it together, and Chad Williams from Stampin' Up is going to be there as well. It's going to be super fun, but it's demonstrators only. So this is another example of a great reason to become a demonstrator and buy that starter kit. Besides the great deal is you get other benefits too, like getting to go to demonstrator only events. Stampin' Up has some too that you get to do. Okay, I digress though. So, Darling Details, this is the bundle. Now, as part of the club each month, you always get, as part of your fee, you don't get the stamp set. You get to add that on if you want. You don't have to, but your fee that you pay includes about $20 to $25 worth of consumable products. And then you can either add on the stamp set. I give you a deal on that if you want to add it on. Or you can just substitute something you have and use the card designs and just use stamps that you have. But this month, for the consumable supplies that we're going to get with it, I'm featuring the Glorious Gingham Designer Series paper. Another one of my favorite things is gingham paper. Now, this it has 5 colors in it. You get 8 sheets of each. One side is this, the other side is the small gingham. This is all I have left of the Berry Burst. Can you tell that pink is my favorite? So I just had this little scrap left of it. I've used a lot of this. I did some swaps with this, and so I used a lot. But that's Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty Peacock, and Pecan Pie are the 5 colors, and then, like I said, you get 8 sheets of each in this one. But for part of the club this month, they're getting a half a pack of this paper. Okay, so that's the paper. The other thing I'm featuring are the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. So the club members are going to get a whole pack of these. They are perfect with that paper because it has 4 of the, well, this one has more of the, I should show this one, it has more on it. It has 4 of the 5 colors that are in that paper. It's got Pretty Peacock, Blueberry Bushel, Berry Burst, and Lemon Lime Twist. So everybody's going to get a pack of those, and then everybody's going to get a full pack of this Ribbon Duo Combo, which has 2 spools of ribbon in it. One of them is Petal Pink, and the other one is Lemon Lime Twist. So that's the other thing that everybody's going to get. The 4 card designs. Oh, Lanza, I'm so glad you're coming. I'm excited too. And Debbie, yay. I'm so excited that y'all are all coming. It's going to be so fun. I'm frantically getting ready for it, but I took a break from prepping stuff to do this. But I'm still working on stuff. Okay, so the 4 card designs for my club this month. This is one. This is the one I did as a swap card on the Norway trip. And I just decided to use it for one of the cards this month. But that's why most of my Berry Burst is gone. So that's one. This is another one that's kind of got a fun fold. This design I completely copied from my friend Rhonda Morgan. She did a swap card in Norway with it, but with different paper. But the design is exactly the same. I just used the gingham paper with it to make it work for this. So I love that layout. In fact, we're going to do the same layout this weekend on one of our cards, but not this paper. So I've gotten lots of use out of that template. And then this one features the Pretty Peacock. I'm going to bring my light in just a little bit. And I'll talk more about that in a minute because I'm going to show you how to make that one. And then this one. So I have to admit, I was challenged with the gingham paper to use the pecan pie with the other colors because I'm like, what does it really go with? But I decided to pair it with pink. And I kind of like it. I mean, I do like it. But I wouldn't have thought to do that. But I knew I needed to use some more of this ribbon. So I knew I was going to add in some petal pink. And then I added some of the berry burst with it. This little piece right here, let me show you in the die. So somebody else did this somewhere, and I got the idea for stringing it through, but it's this die that cuts out that piece, and then I just threaded the ribbon through it and then tied it in the middle. So yeah, I thought that was a kind of a fun little use for that die. All right, I'm gonna set this stuff out of the way, and then I will start making the cards. So these two are the ones I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually demonstrate making today. So let's start with this one. I've already showed it to you. So let me get the pieces I need. Alrighty. My paper's all crooked. That bothers me when it's crooked on the screen. All right, so the cool thing about this template is, so this is a 4 1/4. If I hadn't cut this off, this is a regular 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. So it's a half a sheet of the lemon lime twist cardstock, scored at the regular place at 5 1/2 inches. But you cut this down to 7 3/4, which leaves you with a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece, and that's the panel piece that you need. So you make complete use out of that half a sheet of cardstock by doing this template. All right, so that's folded in half. On the inside, I'm just going to put a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of basic white so that you can write a message or whatever you want to do in there. Oh look, there's some cat hair in the adhesive. What a surprise. At least it's going to be on the back. All right. Layer that right in there. Okay. And then, so here's the panel that was cut off of there. And on that, we're going to layer a 3 by 4 inch piece of the blueberry bushel gingham paper. Something that's 3 inches is always good because that means you can get 2 out of your 6 by 6 piece of designer paper. Okay, got that in there. And then I cut a 2 by 4 inch piece of the lemon lime twist, and I'm going to use the opposite side to show both of the gingham prints on there. I don't know if this one is actually called a gingham. I think this is only gingham. I don't know what this is. Looks more like a plaid or something. I got to get that adhesive off there. I don't know. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead. Yes, I can. I'm checking to make sure I can still go ahead. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. You want to center it kind of here, but you only want adhesive on this end so that it opens. So I only want adhesive on this end. I'm just going to do 2 strips, and that ought to be about right. And we will center this kind of like, I want an even border of white showing around the edges. If I can get it even, that's always a little iffy. All right, so it's just stuck down on that end. Okay, we got that. Now let's move to our little tag piece. Now this piece, this is a really cute little tag, and it is from the Labels Aglow die set, which carried over from the mini catalog last fall. What was that one? July to December, I think. Anyway, it was in that mini catalog, and it did carry over. It's in the annual catalog now. So first I want to stamp a little bit on the actual label. We're going to use blueberry bushel for the flowers. Let me get all my stamps in here that we need. Okay. So first, now on this one, they've got two parts. They've got the outline and then the solid. I always like to do the solid first because I do it in the darkest shade first, because that way you can see through it easily. And I'm going to go off of the corner just a little bit, about like that. And then I'm going to do the solid. I'm going to ink it up, but I don't want it to be the full strength. I'm going to stamp it off once to make it a little lighter. And then you can just see those lines from the outline one to match it up. So there we've got that flower. I didn't show as much as I did on my sample. That's all right. Doesn't have to be the same. And then I need to cut one out. So I'm going to do one over here on this scrap of white cardstock. Okay, so there's that. I do need to clean those because I got to use that one again, I think. Or actually, I may already have them cut out for the other card. And then we need one of these leaves. What am I looking for? I'm looking for lemon lime twist. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to stamp one of these right here because we also want to cut that out. And then we want a couple of, I'm going to use lemon lime twist for these little flowers too, because I'm doing everything in just this two colors. Do one there and one right here. Just a couple of those. And then we just need the words. Where are they? The thank you. I'm going to put it right about here. And blueberry bushel. So there's that. All right, we can close up the ink. I don't think I need any of these again. I don't think I need this one again either. So I'm putting them out of the way. All right, we need the die cutting machine. So let me bring in my mini one. Very handy when you just need to cut some little things. Let's see. Oh, I set my dies over there. I can't reach them. Let me get them. I need, let's see. I need this die and I need this die. And I'm going to use my Post-it note tape to hold these on there. The blueberry, Betty says she could see the blueberry flower turned into a dragonfly. Oh. I think that you're right about that. I see it. I'm not good about seeing things that aren't what they're meant to be until other people see it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. All right, let's see here. I'm just gonna match this up and add some Post-it note tape. Let me make sure I've got it centered on there, and then this one too. There we go. Put the top plate on. We'll run that through our little mini guy. Let's see what we got here. Gently pull that off. I'm going to set this here. I'll use it again in a minute. Okay. They cut well. We got them good. Okay. Put those dies back. Get this out of the way. Trash. Okay. Let's bring this back in now. I'm going to go ahead and pop this up. Oh, you know, I don't think I brought dimensionals over here. Let me grab some. I know I have some somewhere. These may not be. I've got some minis. I've got more over there, but these will do. I can cut the edges, but don't yell at me like everybody gets mad that I don't save my edges normally because they're not as easy to use. I have to actually cut them, and I don't like to do that. Too much work. Okay, I'm going to do this at an angle like this, and then I want a glue dot for this leaf just on the end of it. I'm going to have it sticking up right here. And then this guy is going to be, I'm just going to use a couple of these minis. This one is going to be stuck right about like that. Okay, so there we got that. Now we just need to add some ribbon and embellishments. Let me go ahead and do the ribbon. This is some of that from that ribbon combo pack, the lemon lime twist. It's a little like I think it's 1/8 inch. And I'm going to tie it around this panel. And when I'm tying something around like this, I like to use my tweezers, the ones that come in the little embossing kit, because they can work like somebody's finger right there to hold that tight while I work on the bow. And my nails are way too long. I got them done before I went to Norway on our trip, and it's time to get them redone. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. I have not had time. But it sure makes tying bows difficult when they're too long. I don't like them long. I like them short. All right, let me pull this out of here. It may not be the best bow I've ever tied, but it's going to do. Save them in a box for you. Now, Sheila, as much as I love you, I probably won't do that either because I don't like having a bunch of stuff around. I toss them in the trash. I know, I make everybody mad. I should like save a big old bin of them and say, okay, everybody take these if you want. But then that would defeat the purpose of me not using them, is the fact that I like to throw them away when I'm done with them. I love to throw things away. My husband, not so much. All right, now we just need some embellish. Oops, that's crooked. Let me slide that around and get it even on here. Maybe. There it goes. Okay. Now we need embellishments. Where are they? Everybody's giving me suggestions. I know that I definitely know I could use them, but I don't like keeping them. I like to throw them away. Oh, wait, I don't want this color. I want blueberry bushel. I'm going to start just pretending like I use them. Yes, I save them and use them. I sure do. Okay, there's that card. One done. So this is one of the 4 designs club members will get to do this month. Very quick and easy. Just a little bit of die cutting. All right, let's put that one aside and bring in the next one. And it is this one, the pretty peacock. The pretty peacock one. Let me find my stuff. Hi, Julie. Thank you. Thanks. I love your projects too. And Chris is just joining. We're talking about dimensional. The edges. I don't like to use them. I throw them away. And everybody gets mad at me. So now I'm pretending like, yes, I use them. All right, let me set that aside. All right, so I'm starting with Basic white thick cardstock base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I've got a piece. Let me see what size. I think this is 4 3/4. This is one you do need the whole, like a full sheet of the 6 by 6, because it's 3.5 by 4 3/4. But that's what I needed to make it work. So, but all the club members are getting a half a pack of paper, so it's not a difficult thing to do when everybody's getting the paper. But if you were making a bunch personally, you could just do them in different colors. But there are 8 sheets of each one in a pack, so you can at least get 8 cards out of it. All right, so I'm just going to center that right there. Now this frame, these are real. Let me show you the dies again. This I cut out with this largest die right here. So this one and this one both cut. They do not cut the outside. So like you've got to cut, they just cut a window. So this was a 5 by, hold on, 5 by 3 3/4, 5 by 3 3/4 inch piece of cardstock. And then you put this on there and cut it, and it just cuts the window part. It doesn't cut the outside. The same with this one. This doesn't cut the outside, so you'd cut your cardstock to what size you want it and then cut the window out of it. But they're both really pretty. So that's how I got that frame. And I'm actually going to pop this frame up. So I'm going to use mini dimensionals in the corners. Oh, these long nails are driving me nuts. I've got to find time to go get them done tomorrow. And then I'm going to put one right here to kind of hold up the edges a bit. And then over here. All right, let me pull all the backs off. I know everybody uses the edges but me. It's because I'm lazy. I don't want to cut them. I just want to be able to pull them off and use them. And when it cut, now the only time is if I'm sitting, this is the other part of being lazy. If I'm sitting at my desk and I need them right then and I've just run out, I'll cut them because I'm too lazy to get up and go get a new pack. So now we have it. My secrets are out. I'm lazy. I don't want that little piece wasn't cut out and it was going to make me nuts. Okay. So there's that all popped up. That's what we have so far. I did some of my stamping ahead of time because you already saw me stamp and cut out these pieces on the other card. So I did that ahead of time, but we do need to do a little bit, 2 other things we need to stamp on here. We need to stamp the big flower with Pretty Peacock ink, and I'm going to do the, you know what, I can see a hair on here, and it's probably animal hair. We have lots of pets at our house. Hold on. It's going to get on the stamp if I don't get that off of there. Look at that. The joys of owning pets. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to ink up the outline one and do it first in full strength. Like that. And then the second one, I'm going to stamp off once so that it's a lighter shade, and then it's easy to see that outline through that. And just stamp it right over it. So pretty. I love that stamp. And then we need a leaf. Oh wait, let me leave this out because we need to stamp. This is from Stylish Shapes Dies. It's the second smallest circle die. And I'm going to stamp the hello there on that. Ugh, that came out a little, I think my ink pad's a little juicy, but it's fine. I'm sure you can't even see, but it's a little wonky. Okay, and then we need lemon lime twist, and we need this leaf. So same way, I'm going to do full strength. And then stamp it off once. And there we go. Okay. I believe that's all the stamping because I did some of it ahead. So let me pull in my mini die cut machine again. And we need, let's see. All right, where is that big flower die? I'm missing it. That's not a good sign. Did I use it for something? Hold on. I used it a minute ago, I thought. I hope I haven't lost it. That's kind of scary. Because I actually need that for the retreat this weekend. Okay, y'all. I'm going to have to look for that later. Seriously, I don't know where it is. It was on here. Maybe it stuck to something over here. That's kind of worrying me. I need that die. Oh, I found it. It was stuck to the chair. Whew. That scared me for a minute because I need that die this weekend. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do with it? Panic moment. I could have fussy cut it right now, no big deal, but I needed the die. Okay, so there we go. I guess it fell off the magnet card. We match that there, and then we need this other leaf. Let's see. Julie's lazy too. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone, but at least you use your dimensional edges, so you're not as lazy as me. Betty, let's see. Have you been hoarding your demo cards since you became a demonstrator, or do you mail to family? Okay. Well, I wouldn't say I hoard them because I give them away for like incentives sometimes. I do send them when I need a card. I use them and send them. I don't send them as much as I wish that I did. I am very, very bad at sending cards, which is terrible, isn't it? But I sell them. I have racks of cards. Like I shift them out when I'm done using them as samples, and I sell all of my cards, the ones I've made or ones I've gotten as swaps, for $1 a piece. And everybody loves buying them because they stock up on their cards, and it's a win-win, and I'm able to clean out because I got to make room for more. But I do use them also, but I don't send them all. I don't send as many as I should. I want to be better at that. That's like one of those things that I'm constantly have good intentions to be better at, but so far I'm not there. All right, I don't need that anymore. I'm going to put this back on the card so I don't lose it. Okay. All right. Done with that. Done with that. Put this away. All right. Let's get back to the card. Let's see. Make sure I've got it the right way. You ever put one together and it opened the wrong way? Upside down? I think we've all done it at some point. All right, so here's all my pieces. So we're going to build our card. I'm going to start with these leaves here at the bottom. I want some of them to kind of stick over and some, and this I'm going to put flat. Yeah, I'm going to have it go like, kind of like this. This guy is definitely going to be popped up. Oh no! I'm going to oh wait, I have a couple. I'm going to have to cut those and use them in a minute. It's going to be terrible because I don't want to go get another sheet. All right, so that flower is going to go right here. These are going to go up here. Oh look, I think I can use a mini on this one. Maybe I need two. Betty, so you do, I'm reading your comments, so you mail, yeah. I'm not as good at mailing mine out as I should be. I love making them though. But better than making them should be sending them, right? And I always think, oh, I need to send so-and-so a card. The next thing I know, like 3 weeks have gone by. That's just kind of what happens. All right, I'm putting that there. I'm going to do this with these with mini glue dots. So this one is going here. This one down here. We'll have it stick out over here. Yep. Okay, so there's that. And then this guy is going to be popped up right up here. Oh, look, I used the last one. Perfect. Now I can throw those away. All right, there's my hello there. I love stamps that say like little hello stamps. I don't know why, but those are some of my favorites. Okay, this is some of the ribbon from that ribbon combo pack, which my club members will get a full package in their supplies this month. I'm just going to tie that into a bow. It's petal pink, and it's kind of, let's see if I bring it up close enough if you can see it. See, it's kind of striped. It is striped, not kind of. It's really pretty. The tie's nice too. Trim those up. But hopefully you didn't look too closely at my way too long nails when they got up close. All right, now I'm going to put this bow right here, and then we just need embellishments. We'll use some of the pretty peacock ones on this. I'm going to put, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, these are, I mean, I did say the name, Tinsel Gems, but when you get them, you can see that there's little pieces of tinsel in them. Like little shiny tinsel pieces. They're really fun. They come in a 4-pack, and then there's a 3-pack that has 3 different colors. Okay, I think I'll do one down here too. Wait, that's two lined up with that one. Do y'all ever feel that way? Like you don't want them lined up? Let's put it right there. That's still lined up. Oh well, it's fine. I overthink things sometimes. All right, so there's that one. So there's the 2. Let me bring them back in. Got a big mess here. Those are the 2 that I showed you how to make today. And then here's all 4 of them again. That everybody will get to make this month. And they'll do 2 of each. So those are my June Joyful Creations Club cards featuring the Darling Details bundle, which I really, really like. Okay, let me read, before I get off, I'm going to read, see if I can answer more questions here. Oh, Betty needs a get well card. Okay, see, that's going to be right now on my list. Send Betty a get well card, and we'll see if that happens. I'm going to do my best. I'll do my best. Let's see. Let me see what else I had here. Sheila asked if I'm doing... Yes, I will be doing my Christmas card class series. I usually start that in August. Oh, Angela's bad about sending them too. I'm glad to know that I'm not alone. Debbie got her nails done. Good. I'm going to get mine done tomorrow. I'm going to make time to go do it. Tammy says, oh, thanks. Glad you like them. Yeah, don't hold your breath, but I have good intentions. It's just that this week I'm frantically getting ready for this retreat, and then I'll be gone, so hopefully I can remember when I get back to send one. I want to do that. And I hope you get well soon, Betty. All right, y'all, I am going to let you go. Thanks so much for joining today. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next week on Here's the Story. So have a great week, and some of you I'll see this weekend. Thanks for watching.